Alrighty boysies, how's it going? How's it going this fine day? So, last time we actually ranked all of the Gen 1 Pokemon, and you know what? You know what feels a good sequel to that? I feel like ranking the Gen 2 is a pretty good follow-up to that. So Gen 2 was actually when I got started with Pokemon. I played a little bit of Yellow, but my first time properly digging into Pokemon was with Pokemon Silver. And Gen 2 is actually still my favourite generation that I later came back to with Heart Gold. And I just fucking love Gen 2. Some of it just being really cozy and just, I don't know, it just still holds up as being really good. I think it's the best region in my opinion. Anyways, so to go through here's we have Smelliest Trubbish at the very bottom. We have HM Slave, a level of care. It's fine. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. Politoed tier and the Elite Four, which only the best four of each generation get in the Elite Four. So let's get started right away because we've got a lot of Pokemon here, not as much as last time, but we've still got, I think it's a good 100, I think. So anyway, Chikorita. So I know Chikorita is possibly the weakest of the three starters when it comes to competitive Pokemon, but it's fine. I prefer Chikorita over Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, and that includes all the forms. Actually, I really like. It's kind of how I also liked Charmeleon a bit better than Charizard. I think I like Bayleaf a bit better. I don't know. I just like the spike in the head design. Put in. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. Meganium. So I apologise. I'm using a Pokedex on my phone right now to get the names right. It's fine. It's nothing. Right. This one's gonna be really controversial. So next up we have Cyndaquil. I'm gonna put in the It's Fine tier. I like Quilava a little bit better, so put it a bit higher up. And Typhlosion. It's fine. I don't feel there's a big enough evolution with the starters here. Like I think it's maybe an Anteater, and then it gets a wee bit bigger, and then it gets a wee bit bigger with Typhlosion, which I guess is the design that they're going for, I guess. But Typhlosion for me is just it looks a bit bland, it looks a bit boring. I know later on you get a ghost version, and I think it's Arceus, which I think that's really cool. But boys, here we go. We have Totodile, my favourite starter, so we're putting it in Politoed tier straight away. Just really cute design. I just really like. I think you'll find with my Pokemon designs, I tend to like really cute ones. Chrono, I'm not as big a fan. I'll put Chrono down here with that, and Feraligatr is a bit better, but I just really like Totodile's design. I think he's adorable, and I actually would always keep him as Totodile because I prefer his design over Feraligatr and stuff like that, which would also always stunt me sort of weakness wise, because Totodile's obviously quite a bit weaker than Feraligatr, but Feraligatr was so fucking powerful as a starter. At least when I had him, he would nuke near enough everything. Anyways, next up we have Sentret. So Sentret is like just a normal type you meet at the start of the game. Sentret's fine. I kind of like the design of the way it's standing in the tail. It's kind of cute. I'll put Sentret about here, and Furret, which is the evolved form, which I think it's a bit of a downgrade. Like it looks cute and all. It looks a bit more, but I don't know, I prefer the sort of stand in the tail sort of thing. I think that was a bit cuter. Next up we have Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot is a national bird for Generation 2. And Hoot Hoot is, that's a good Pokemon. I like that. And I also really like Hoot Hoot's evolved form in Noctowl. I just thought Noctowl was kind of cool. Eventually later on learning some psychic abilities. A much more rounded Pokemon than Pidgeotto in my opinion. Oh, here we go. Ladybah. HM Slave level of care, and Lady Anne, same. I just don't really care much for their designs. Then we have Spinarak. Spinarak, it's fine. I have no strong feelings towards Spinarak or its evolved form in Ariados. I've had to look up that name because I keep forgetting that. I'll put that below because I think Spinarak, the wee green design's kind of cuter than the red design. Anyways, Crobat. Crobat is the third form of Zubat, Golbat, and Crobat, and I think that's a good Pokemon. I really like Crobat. Crobat was always one of my teams when I dig into, not competitive, but when I always end up at the end of Silver. Crobat was always one of my boys. All was like Crobat. Right, next up, Chinchou. It's fine. I don't really care. I like the evolved form in Lantern. Again, I think the water Lecky type is kind of cool. I think this type, which we'll get into, has a lot of really good water and Lecky types, which again we'll dig into as we go through. Speaking of Lecky types that we like, Pichu. Politoed tier. absolutely adorable. I don't know what this other version of Pichu is, so I think that's, is that maybe like a female version that's just got different markings in the ear? Anyways, both Pichus, absolutely adorable design. I know it's just a smaller Pikachu, but absolutely adorable design, absolutely love it. It's introduced the baby generation, so there's a lot of Pokemon that are like baby versions of other ones. Cleffa, which is the baby of Clefairy and Clefable. No interest in. Igglybuff is adorable, so Igglybuff has got to get put up here about here. Aye. Oh, that one's gonna get me some hate. There we go. Togepi, straight in Politoed tier. I don't know if it's just because Togepi was used heavily in the cartoon. I just have a bit of a soft spot for Togepi. Togetic, I love Togetic's design. I think the third form really ruined this design with Togekiss, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But Togetic is adorable, is I think kind of really useful in the game. Has a lot of healing abilities and shit like that, so it's really different. And I just really like Togekiss. Sorry, Togepi and Togetic. Not Togekiss. Togekiss can get in the bin, which we'll again worry about that later. Natu is, oh, that's a good Pokemon. But Zatu's evolved form, Politoed tier. Again, love the psychic bird thing, as you can tell with me putting Noctowl on Hoot Hoot so high up. I really like the psychic bird type, and I just really like the sort of design of Zatu, looking very much like a kind of like, I get like an Egyptian vibe from like his ability in the hieroglyphics and shit like that. I really like that design of him. Oh, here we go, the Lecky sheep line. So we have Mareep. It's fine, Mareep's fine. I love Flaffy. Flaffy's adorable. I'm gonna put Flaffy in Politoed tier. And Ampharos. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. I just like it. I just prefer. I think Flaffy's design is absolutely adorable with the sort of wee pink skin and the white sort of fur collar thing is just absolutely adorable. Like, if I could have Pokemon in real life, I'd probably go with Flaffy. Actually, that's a lie, because we'll get to that one. Evolve Flaffy, which is the big Beethoven hair. Not evolved, Mega Ampharos. Which is an evolved Flaffy, I guess I was right in that regard, but as far as Mega Evolutions, it's fine. There's many Mega Evolutions this playthrough. I don't know if there is, looking at, there's one or two. Gen 2 didn't get as much love with Mega. Actually, no, I'm seeing more and more as I'm talking now. Right, then we have Bellossom, which I believe is a Gloom evolution, and I think it is much better than Vileplume. And I think Bellossom is absolutely adorable. Oh boys, here we go. Marrow, straight in the Politoed tier, and as well with Azumarill. Azumarill was always my main. Like, I'd play up to the point where I'd go right, bench for Alligator or bench Totodile, and I fucking love Azumarill. He was always my main. I just thought he was adorable, really useful, and just simple design works really well. Obviously, Marrow was kind of like the mascot, apart from the legends in this generation. And I believe, I might be very wrong in this, but wasn't Marrow like maybe like a blue Pikachu, or was that like an original Pikachu? I can't remember, something like that. I can't confirm it, so I don't know. Anyway, Sudowoodo, outside of the surprise of seeing Sudowoodo for the first time, bin. Never found any use for him. He's a strange gimmick Pokemon, but I have never found any use for him past the initial sort of going, oh fuck. He jumps out at you, it's a cool fight when you first meet him, when you first get, the water spray and to annoy him. Anyways, Politoed's my favourite Pokemon ever. There's a reason Politoed tier is Politoed tier, because Politoed's my favourite Pokemon. Will I just put it in Elite Four and stop wasting your time? Nah, fuck it, I won't. Well, next up we have Hoppip. Hoppip is I don't have any strong feelings of Hoppip, Skiploom, or Jumpluff. Actually, put Hoppip's a bit better, so I'll put that in there. I just really hate Jumpluff's design. I think the three sort of balls around it are just a really ugly design. It's such a step down from, I shall put, just to show that I dislike that design more, I'll put these two higher up. Next up we have Apom. Apom, the wee monkey with a wee horn in its tail. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. Again, not competitively and not stat-wise, but I think it's an adorable little design, Next we have Sunkern. Don't care, they always just annoy me. When I was in the park in I forget the name of the park just above. Is it Goldenrod City? Probably called Goldenrod Park. Probably. Next up we have Sunflora. Sunflora's I don't care about, but it's on the like I don't. It's fine, but it's probably it's either bottom it's fine or top of HM Slave. I'll put in HM Slave like just to even out the list a little bit because otherwise there'll be a lot of it's fine. But I've got no strong feelings towards Sunflora. Now we have Yanma. Dragonfly design, pretty fun. I like Yanma's design, and again, I'm kind of useless in the grand scheme of things when it comes to how weak it is. But I thought it was fun, especially as a sort of fast. Because I always picked one up around the sort of around the bug catching bit, and that would always be one of my boys for a little while. Next up we have Whipper. Right, this one might be controversial. I know Whipper was quite a meme, especially with the Elden Ring sort of shit, but I've just not got much love for Whipper's design. Quagsire though, he's a good boy. I like him. He's adorable. He's tough as fuck because he's a water ground type, which obviously one of water's big weaknesses is Lecky, and he kind of just completely neutralizes that. So he's an interesting type to play against and play, with. And he's just adorable. It's like his big dumb design. Oh, Espeon, right. So they added 2 evolutions. They had Espeon and Umbreon. Espeon's a Psychic type and Umbreon's a Dark type, and both of them are in the Politoed tier. Because I think they were 2 of the best evolutions that they introduced. I think I'll put Umbreon just above. Oh, next up we have Murkrow, a Dark Flying type who isn't the strongest or the most useful, but you know what? I really love his design. He's always one, if I see him in the games, I'm always going my way to catch one. Always call it April as well after April Ludgate from Parks and Rec. But I fucking love Murkrow. Next up we have Slowking, which is the... I can't remember if it's the alternate second form or if it's the third form of Slowbro. It's fine. It's not my favourite other form of Slowbro. So I'm trying to Slowking, Slowbro, and Slowpoke. Yeah, it's not my favourite version of Slowpoke. I think I prefer Slowbro, but it's fine. I never end up using it because you only get one King's Rock in a game, and I'd always go my way to get Politoed. So I don't think I ever, apart from trying to get Pokédex completion in later games, got a Slowking because just out of the 2 you can get, it's like later on we'll run into the 2 new Steel types introduced, who were evolutions, and you'll see what I mean. I always went for one over the other. Next up we have Misdreavus, who is the new Ghost type introduced. Misdreavus is pretty fucking cool, so it's in the good. Oh, it's a good Pokemon tier. I really like Misdreavus' evolved form as well, which we'll get to later on. Unknown, bin. Outside of the gimmick and having the fun with spelling things out with the letters in the boxes, they are useless. They have one ability that actually, I'll put them at top of Smelly's Trubbish because they're actually used pretty well in the 3rd movie. And because of that, I thought they were really powerful. They are not at all. They're gimmick Pokemon completely. And yeah, they're just using up space in the Pokédex in my opinion. Now we have Wobbuffet. Speaking of a really interesting gimmick Pokemon who has a very strange moveset who I've never actually been able to use quite well. But going by how heavily he's used in the cartoon and how much I like his weird gameplay and weird design, he's going in. Oh, it's a good Pokemon. Girafarig, who is giraffe backwards, isn't it? Yeah. Girafarig's fine. I've got no strong feelings towards Girafarig, or even the evolved form that's in the new Pokemon games. Pineco. I don't care about Pineco or Fortress. I know Fortress is really powerful, being a big Bug Steel type, which is kind of interesting. No, I've taught myself into putting them in the it's fine tier. The Bug Steel type is interesting, and obviously if you know how to play them, you've got a fucking massive tank in your hands that can take some amount of damage, but I've just not got much love for him. Dunsparce, bin. Just no love for him at all. He's not my... I mean, he's a complete normal type. I don't know if they introduced a type later on for him, but I was so disappointed when I was cutting about Sword and I was cutting about Scarlet. I was like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's a evolved form of Dunsparce. Or who the fuck cares? Oh, he's shite. Next up we have... Who's this? Gilgar. Gilgar's... What is he? He's like a flying... bug bat thing? I don't know how to explain it. He's fine. He's fine, you know. Nothing jumps out design-wise, but actually I like the idea of the flying sort of... He's got like this flying squirrel sort of netting under his arms, so I guess it could be fun. Steelix, I fucking love Steelix. Steelix was always one I went to with the Steel upgrade, because I'd always go get, you know, you can trade Pokemon in the single player in Silver. I'd go trade and get that Onix. I think it's called Rocky. I'd always go trade him with NPC, and then I'd turn him into a Steelix later on. And I fucking love Steelix design. I don't know what it is. They changed just the Onix slightly. I didn't like Onix, but I love Steelix. Don't know why. I think it's because it was first time I ever seen it was when you're fighting off against the steel gym leader, and it feels invincible. But as a kid, obviously you don't know, you just use fire and that's it's fucked. But it just felt invincible. It looked terrifying. And the Mega Evolution is fine as well. Well, no, Mega Evolution is good as well. I like, actually, no, I'm putting it down there. There's something simple. Actually, no, I like the sort of debris line flying about it. I was gonna say I like the simplicity, but I like the debris flying around it and the sort of spikes. It's kind of cool. It looks like it's like organic, but and it's like metal that's growing, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. Anyway, Snubble is absolutely adorable. Again, remember what I said about basic Pokemon doing really well, and Bramble, big scary Pitbull Pokemon in the Politoed tier. I really like most of it. Like, you've seen the numbers of here, it's Politoed tiers. Possibly going to be the biggest one. Quillavit, don't care about. But I don't actively dislike, I just don't care about him. Scizor, right? Oh, this one's going to be controversial. It's fine. I much prefer Scyther's redesign. But see the Mega Evolution with the sort of chainsaws or scissors, that's a good Pokemon. I prefer the Mega Evolution. But he's the one I'd never go for because I'd never want to evolve my Scyther, even though he gets more powerful. I just prefer the original form of Scyther over Scizor. Shuckle. Does anyone care about Shuckle? No, me. HM's level of care. Heracross. Wait, Heracross is a Mega Evolution? I guess I've never cared because it's fine. Again, I like how they're playing around with a lot more types. This one is sort of introducing more like he's a bug fighting, I believe. Which, again, is pretty cool, but he's fine. Just never one I've ever got into in Mega. The thing is, my favourite Digimon is Kabuterimon. So you think I'd like the big beetle guy, but just never, I don't know, it's never got. Sneasel, Sneasel's fine. Again, cool design. Dark Ice is an interesting mix, but I just never got into that. Teddiursa straight away. Politoed tier. Again, adorable design, really cute. The crescent moon in the face is adorable, and then suddenly Ursaring being like the big full moon is pretty cool. I'll probably put Ursaring in it. Oh, it's a good Pokemon because I like a really cute design of Teddiursa. Nope, get in that tier. Get in that top tier, you. Slugma what? Slugged me right into the HM slave level of care, but my Cargo is a good Pokemon. It's the same thing. A Fire Slug, don't care. You put a wee shell on that and suddenly I'm like, oh, that's a good Pokemon. My Cargo's really cool. Swinub, again, don't care about. But Poloswine, pretty cool. I like it. Does Poloswine have a evolved form? I think it does. Yeah, it does. That we'll talk to later on. I really like its evolved form. So whenever I get it to Poloswine, I'm always just furiously trying to level up to get to its evolved form, which I prefer. Anyways, Corsola. It's just corals. Don't really just a plain water. Well, it's not a plain water type. It's a water rock type, which again is interesting. And then it's got a variant which I believe is Ghost, which is automatically a bit more interesting, but I just don't care about its design, about it at all. I think I was in Sword and Shield the variation. I can't quite remember. Anyways, next up we have Remoraid, which Remoraid is fine. I don't really care. It's just a basic fish design. But what fucks me up is why does it turn into Octillery, a big octopus, which is a better Pokemon because octopus are cool. Like, there's no getting around that. They're cool looking, but it's not the best octopus Pokemon. We'll get to it. And we have Delibird, which again is our gimmick Pokemon. HM slave level of care. It's got a cool, I guess the delivery gimmick's kind of cool where you heal them, like when you give them the upgrades. Do you heal them? Do you blow them up? Do you, whatever. Mantanine, it's that Manta Ray. Weird's got a Remoraid next to it, which I think that's how you evolve it from the baby form, which comes later on obviously, but it's just a water, what's water flying? Oh, just don't really care. Skarmory, big steel bird, Polytoad tier, fucking awesome. Used one since I remember catching it in the just after the final gym. You know when you go down the mountain area, it takes you to the first village again. I always picked one up there. I always thought it was the coolest shit. Houndour and Houndoom. These are my favourite Pokemon when I was younger because dark, edgy. Like I was about 12. These are my favourite Pokemon. I was gonna say, and Houndoom's actually my main boy in Scarlet and Violet. Got one called Lily. I was like, oh, here we go, fucking smash everything. It's a wee dog, and then it's a wee dog with horns. It's like a wee devil dog. Fucking awesome. Mega Houndoom, and it looks too silly. Like, the little designs are pretty edgy, but this one's just so ridiculously edgy. Kingdra. Kingdra's cool. Kingdra. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. I like this sort of done up the dragon side of it with, what's it called? Horsey. Seadra. Yeah, Seadra. Yeah, and Kingdra. I was trying to remember what its name is, but I like the up the dragon design, and that's a good Pokemon. Fanfare, which funnily enough got me in trouble in school because one of my friends caught a shiny one, and it was the first time I'd ever seen a shiny Pokemon. I went around telling everyone, oh, so and so caught a shiny Fanny, or has got a shiny Fanny. He started bursting into tears because he thought I was saying he's got a shiny Fanny or whatever. Anyways, Fanfare. HM Slave level of care, don't really care. And Donphan, HM Slave level of care. Actually, let's get me that Fanny story. You're in the fine tier. Porygon 2. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. Any sort of Porygon design I'm automatically gonna like. I prefer the first Porygon design, but this one looks a bit. Actually, know what it looks like? It looks like, you know, the wee thing in the Alien that's dipping into the water? The wee desktop sort of toy? That's kind of what it looks like. But anyway, Stantler, smelly as rubbish, don't really care for it. Smeargle, cute painter Pokemon. That's a good Pokemon. Again, not the strongest gimmick wise. I think it's actually quite bad. Always considered terrible. But I think Smeargle's adorable. Pyrogue, which I believe was like the baby fighting one, which would turn into Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, or our next one, Hitmontop, but it's fine. And Hitmontop is in the HM Slave level of care. I much prefer Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. Hitmontop is just, I don't know, it just looks a bit weird. Smoochum, bin. Just had, again, it turns into Jinx, but it's just not great itself. I know a lot of the babies I think are very hit or miss, as you can probably tell with how I've placed them on the list. Excuse me. Elekid, HM Slave level of care, but Magby's kind of cute, so Magby's going at the top of HM Slave level of care. Tookie's a little bit cuter. Milk Tank, oh, that one from the normal type gym, I forget her name. Oh, his name's not coming to me, but it's the gym it's in Goldenrod, and her Milk Tank fucks you up. It's oh, I dropped something, oh dear. But her Milk Tank fucks you up, I can't remember her name. It's not Felicity or something, but anyway, normal type gym leader, and her Milk Tank is a fucking monster. One of the hardest fights in Pokemon that I can ever remember doing. It's fine. It's a big cow, but just for the memories of that fight, it's going to the top of fine. Blissey, which is another evolution for, is it Chansey? I can see it in my head, the nurse Pokemon. It's fine, don't really care. Right, legendaries and pseudo legendaries, here we go. Raikou is actually my least favourite of the legendary beasts, but it's still in the good Pokemon tier because I can't deny it's not cool. Entei, straight away in the top tier because Entei is cool as fuck, mainly because I like his design, I like the fire types, but also I loved him in the third Pokemon movie. That's mainly why he's up here, because the third Pokemon movie is a genuinely good movie and probably the best of all the Pokemon movies. That's the Power of the Unknown, and he's fucking class in it. Suicune, which I always get, for years I called it Sushin, but oh, that's a good Pokemon. Again, cool, simple design with this ice motif. I just fucking go, right, here we go, Larvitar, oh, that's a good Pokemon. Pupitar. Oh, that is also a good Pokemon. But you know what? Oh, boys. Tyranitar. Big Godzilla himself is in the Politoed tier. He's fucking awesome. I remember I never ran into one. And then I remember I played my friend who had just beat the game. And I was terrified of his Tyranitar because I was like, fuck me, it's this big monster I can't destroy. Dear God. His Mega Form is fine. I also like it. It goes very... It's like Space Godzilla. That's the way I can describe it. What have we got next? Oh, here we go. We've got 3 legendaries. Lugia. It's fine. Lugia's design, I can just see he's got big horns. That's the only thing I can see. It doesn't look like wings. It's just like he's got big, massive mitts, you know? Ho-Ho's pretty fucking cool. So that's it. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. And we'll go with Celebi. Fine. Celebi's one of the more boring. Actually, it's one of the more boring legendary designs. It's like maybe like a wee forest sprite, but that's not really Celebi's fault. That there's ones later on like Mess Spirit and stuff that look very visually similar. So I guess I'm gonna put them higher up to the top if it's fine, because I feel bad for saying their design isn't that original when it's Pokemon that came afterwards that kind of also use it. So that's all the Pokemon sorted. Right, let's have a look at the bottom tier. What is the worst? Sudowoodo is near the bottom, definitely. There we go. I think that's the bottom tier sorted. Probably move it up because I don't hate you as much as I hate the other ones. Hey, the Elite Four here. We'll Politoed straight away. Azumarill straight away. Oh, who else is going in the Elite Four? I'll put Entei in there. And, oh, right, who else is going in? I'll put Umbreon, because edgy teenage boy. There we go. So our Elite Four is Politoed, Azumarill, Entei, and Umbreon. And there we go. There's your list, boysies. Going from the Elite Four, Politoed tier. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. It's fine. HM Slave level of care, and Smelly as Trubbish. So I thank you for joining us for that, and I'll hopefully catch you for Gen 3. So see yous!